Dr. Moravec, I just ask you, how exactly does Longrange work?
Well, it works like nothing else in the industry. Not even the human health industry can claim to have a product that works quite like Longrange. The magic of Longrange, obviously the active ingredient is epinomectin. It's a very efficacious parasiticide, kills worms in great fashion. But what's in there that makes it work so well is called Theraphase. And Theraphase is the liquid polymer or carrier that when you inject it under the skin, that polymer mixes with the fluids under the skin and it creates a gel-like matrix. And that it's a non-reactive, non-inflammatory injection, doesn't cause a big swelling or lump or bump. And it just sits there and it holds pat for about 50 to 70 days, and during that time releases that active ingredient over that course of time. Then at about day 50 or 70, it begins to break down into carbon dioxide and water, and that Theraphase disappears. And when it disappears, it releases a second wave of active ingredient that takes it on out to 150 days. So instead of using a bolus or an implant to deliver the active ingredient for that long period of time, we're able to use a liquid polymer, that Theraphase polymer, that disappears. And it's really revolutionized the way that we're approaching these cattle going out on grass.
That is pretty revolutionary. And I guess the question I have, and probably a lot of our viewers have, Dr. Campbell, is how does it stack up against competitive products?
Well, Kevin, there's no comparison. Longrange lasts 100, 150 days, but that doesn't matter to you if you don't know how long your other products last. You know, your conventional dewormers, especially your injectable and your pour-on dewormers, last about 30 days on most species of parasites. So Longrange lasts about 4 to 5 times longer than any other product on the market. Now, then you have your white dewormers. They're more of a purge dewormer. So they go in there, do their job, and then they're gone rather quickly. So they lack persistency. And as I said before, they're great dewormers. All the dewormers we have on the market are good, efficacious dewormers, just that Longrange lasts so much longer.
So are there other dewormers that have the same formulation as Longrange?
Yes. Mariel actually has a pour-on called Eprinex pour-on that has the active ingredient epinomectin, and that's one of the reasons we picked epinomectin for Longrange, because it's such an efficacious chemical.
But there's nothing out there that has the Theraphase technology, that liquid polymer technology. You won't find it in any other product.
Good point, Tony.
Yeah.
So I'd ask you to follow up on that, Tony. What, from a process standpoint, when's the right time to use that?
Well, that's a great question that we get asked all the time.
Yeah.
Mark and I spend the bulk of our time consulting veterinarians on when to use this product, and it really is going to vary on a lot of different things. As we mentioned earlier in the show, geographically speaking, where you're at depends a large amount on when you're going to use this product. As you're coming into grass, as the cattle are arriving on pasture, using it before they go out to pasture or just right as they get onto pasture is the best time, because you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck as a result. It's changing the way guys think about deworming their cattle, because instead of cleaning them up at the end, we're keeping them clean throughout the grazing season, and that's really cool.
Tell us how it works in South Dakota, Brent.
Kevin, we try and incorporate it. In our heifer program, we will put cedars in and track score the heifers and weigh all the heifers the first week of April. So we incorporate and use Longrange injectable at that time. A little bit later on our cows, as we're processing those cows to go to grass, we do it as we process. It's very simple to use at the same time you're doing other processing of the cattle.
We're going to talk a lot more about Longrange and about effective deworming programs when we return. Now, if you'd like to learn more, go to the website, thelongrangelook.com. Don't go away. We'll have more with our panel right after this.